So yeah, ready. Okay. So we've got 3 awards that we're going to do. We've got some promotions that I'm going to do as well. In terms of kind of stripes on the white belt and stuff, there are just a couple that I want to catch up on. The rest I'm probably going to be looking at in the new year and possibly even a bit later into the spring. We have had like a little bit of a kind of a mass of stripes that we've just kind of given out over the last couple of months. So some people that were given maybe a second stripe or a first stripe or whatever, they are kind of due another one. And we will kind of catch up on those over the kind of the next few months. There's no rush with any of this stuff, believe me. We want to make sure everyone's kind of at the level that they deserve to be at, and also to be in a position where they're in a class that's going to be appropriate for them. And that's, for me, another thing that I always look at when I'm looking at giving somebody a blue belt. It's not just because they're a 3 stripe. There's people in here who are at 3 stripes today that are not getting promoted, okay? So don't be disappointed by that. The 2 things that I'm looking for are consistency and suitability. There's some of the guys at 3 stripe that if they come to the advanced class now, it's not suitable for them. They need to see a bit more of the basics. They need to be in that kind of environment where they're rolling with similar level people. They don't need to be kind of seeing all the super advanced stuff yet. And there's people who are maybe kind of, maybe there technically, but consistently their training's maybe not quite there at the moment. And that might just be a temporary blip. It could be an injury. It could be workload, physical health, mental health, whatever's going on. And that consistency can be gained back way quicker than your technical ability can be. So for those who do miss out today on a promotion or on a stripe or something, it's not because you've gone backwards or because we're overlooking you. It's because of one of those 2 areas. And for some of you, it might be both. It might just be you're not quite technically ready for the advanced classes yet. And also you need to kind of just up your consistency a bit. And when I say that, it doesn't mean that you have to be here 6 days a week. You know, if you're like a 2 or a 3 day a week person, that you're just consistently doing that, because as we all know, this is a tough thing to do. And if you are consistent with your game, you're going to be able to reap the rewards and benefits from that. So I've got a couple of stripes that I want to do, which I feel like are definitely overdue. First one is going to be for Dave Milliken. Let's go, Dave. Same as Ivan now.
I know, yeah.
You have to go home and say to him.
I probably don't.
I just said he's got the same amount of stripes as Ivan now.
Oh, yeah.
Which is his son. That you don't know about yet, but someday you will.
Yeah.
He's and I said to Ivan the other day, I said, your dad's going to have the same amount of stripes as you at some point. I said to him Wednesday night. I thought, I hope he doesn't say it. But anyway, cheers, man. Well done.
All right, thank you.
Right, well done. And the next one, 3rd stripe, way overdue. Byron. Let's go, Byron. Where is he? Well done, mate.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Hiding.
Sitting there thinking, what am I doing in a gig?
Just warmer, isn't it? Well done, mate. Cheers, mate. Well done. Okay. Should I do the belts or the awards? I think I'll do the awards first. Okay, so awards. So we do 3 awards every year. We do Rookie of the Year, Grappler of the Year, and we do Most Improved. I'm going to do in this order. Jason is the man. If you ever need anything like this, Jason is the guy. So Rookie of the Year, I'll kind of explain a little bit about the awards. So I kind of I always speak to the coaching team about this to kind of get their input. And it was also really nice for me to be able to, I put a little bit on Instagram this week and people were sending me going, this is my vote. Doesn't work that way. Okay, but I appreciate people's input, because the thing I like about the diversity that we've got here is that people were voting for so many different people for all 3 of these awards. And the thing is, for me, I mean, I got a little bit of a list here, and it's not just the awards that I'm gonna it's not just the winner that I'm going to mention, because each of these awards have definitely got like honourable mentions. So for me, Rookie of the Year is all about somebody that's kind of new or newish to the club, that has been kind of a standout, has kind of taken to the sport, to the art, to the club, and kind of really run with that. Rookie of the Year, this is the first time that we've ever done this. It's going to go to Lucas Harrison. Let's go, Lucas. Well done, mate. Come here. That's for you. You can sit down now, don't worry. You have to sit. Okay, most people know Lucas, not just because he has a bright red gi. But Lucas, look at that. Lucas came through our teenagers class. He's been with us a long time. In fact, Luke's got videos of him when he was kind of in our parent and me class. Kind of took a few years out and then kind of came back. And, it's transitioned massively from being like a 14, 15-year-old young adult to kind of volunteering to help with the classes in our kids' classes as part of his Duke of Edinburgh Award, to getting to a point where like we literally were running out of people for him to roll with in the kids' classes. We would jump in with him occasionally and stuff. And then we made the decision when he was 15 to kind of like bump him up into our adult classes. And that can be a difficult decision for us as coaches to make, because over the years, the amount of people that has happened and they just end up quitting training very quickly is in the 90% plus. And this year it's been really good because obviously we had Isaac come out, Louis and Frankie's come up, Ida's come up. And but it's a really tough thing for us to kind of do. But Lucas has kind of hit the ground running with that. Not only does he kind of do our comp class on a Monday and our no-gi comp class, but he's also, competed this year, gets involved, rolls with anybody, helps people out, and he's matched his kind of effort and kind of hard work and his achievements at school, which he's doing really well in his GCSE year. And now he's kind of taking that and applying himself in here. I think everybody has, trained with him at some point or seen him at some point. Only 16 at this point. He's got a great future ahead of him, whatever he wishes to do. So much so that we asked him to kind of come back to our teenage classes like an ambassador role to kind of help kind of bridge that gap between our teenagers and the adult classes, because in the 15 years we've been doing this, no one's been able to do that as well and as quick as he can. So technically not a white belt, but for me, got to be Rookie of the Year. Well done, Lucas. I mean, loads of you guys at white belt done really, really well this year. So, honourable mentions, we got, his dad Luke, Dave Milliken, Byron. There's been quite a few guys who are white belt have done really, really well. And that's not just to be like, somebody who, is here all the time, but also people that kind of give back, that are happy to do drilling rounds, happy to help out with other people's kind of technique and stuff, and just, adds that kind of just bit of a lift for the rest of the club. So again, I could list loads more white belts, but you know who you are. Continue to keep doing what you're doing. Okay, so next up, most improved 2023. This was a tough one. Same deal with this. We had loads of people, loads of votes. For me, there's been so many people that have improved this year, and but the standout for me this year, Jason. Let's go. Yeah.
I never won my own award before.
I know, you have to take this one back.
Oh, thanks, man.
There you go. Thanks, man. Claire, do me a favour. Look for that other SD card in my box, my camera box. Yeah, okay. Thanks, man. Okay, so, I mean, again, everyone knows how good Jason's got this year. Only got his purple belt this year. Yeah, in April. And what he's been able to do in that time is for me, has been really, really impressive. You know, this is a guy that only trains 3 times a week. So I think sometimes people look at people who have got to the higher levels or anything like that, and they feel like they they feel like they maybe need to be training 5-6 days a week, 3 times a day, all this kind of stuff. Cheers, Claire. The reality is this guy is super efficient with his training. So he's here, he maximizes his training whilst he's here. You know, obviously he does a little bit of his own kind of cardio and gardening and reinventing his whole kind of stuff. But he's been able to do that, you know, in his early 40s. He's got 2 kids, super successful international business, and he's still been able to do that on 3 sessions a week, which for me is a huge inspiration, and I think an inspiration to a lot of people here who are maybe trying to do the same, to improve in their own rights, or whatever that can be. It doesn't have to be that you're attaining to be a world champion or a purple belt or whatever. You know, you're able to do that in a way that you know you can achieve what you set out to achieve. And yeah, he's become a nightmare this year, and I think for me that's a good sign when I roll with him and I see how much he's improved. So yeah, congratulations, Jason. Do you want to change that card? Yeah.